Hello and welcome to Krackpots We Met Downstairs, brought to you by Krackpots Comedy Club in Massillon, Ohio, with special thanks to Funny Noises Productions in Massillon, Ohio, and shout out to Dindamo's Unique Chocolates, which can be found at Krackpots Comedy Club in Massillon, Ohio. I am your host, Rebecca Marcoulin, and today I am with Jon Burgess.
How's it going?
It's going okay, John. We just finished the show. I'm scheduling episodes for the podcast, like as we speak, getting that, backlog all up to date. So then it just goes live every Thursday at noon. One uploaded so quickly, I was like, oh, I have time to squeeze one more in before the show ends. And now the show is over and the upload is at like 50%. So I'm going to be here for a little bit. But that's okay, because John was gracious enough to come up. I was talking to him downstairs in Krackpots. He came up with me to do an impromptu interview, so thank you, John, for coming up.
Oh, no problem.
And helping me make lemonade out of my lemons. It is much appreciated.
Oh, wait, wrong gesture, sorry.
He looked like he was milking the cow. This is just audio. He can't. Instead of squeezing the lemon around like the lemon squeezy thing, he was like milking a cow for the viewers who couldn't see. Explaining jokes are so funny when you have no visuals. Anyway. All right, John, so you were downstairs for the whole show, and now you're up here. How are we feeling? Describe the vibes.
I spent the show cooking, so I didn't really get to see much of the show. I caught probably about the last half an hour of the set of the headliner. Pretty good. He definitely reminds me of an old hippy-dippy dude doing hippy-dippy things.
He was definitely giving off those vibes. But it was funny. I liked his set. He was really good. I was popping in and out because I was scheduling episodes that didn't upload in time. Oops. Anyway.
Technology at its finest.
Yeah, honestly. Well, I was just surprised because the one that I was expecting, the one episode was going to take a while because it usually takes a little bit to, get them up. Excuse me, I had Coca-Cola. The carbonation is coming back. But usually it takes a little bit for them to go up. So, I put it to upload right after recording the previous interview, because we film multiple interviews in a week. Couple, a day if we can. But I had just finished that interview, brought them back downstairs, came up here, and went to go schedule the new one. But I was like, oh, wait, this is already done. Ooh, mayhaps I have time for one more. Turns out I didn't. But that happens sometimes. I think we get too excited when the host of the Friday shows come in and they do that 10-minute plug right before the show starts to be like, hey, here are the weed shots and the Jello drinks, and I mix those two up. It's Jello shots and weed drinks. But when he's at the end of the plug and then I run to the stage because I think the show started but it didn't start yet, I get overzealous. I get too excited.
Yes, that does happen. I have the squeakiest freaking chair in the world.
Yeah, it's... Yeah,
I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but yes.
It's definitely picking it up. It squeaks.
It is not sex.
Some people, it squeaks more for some people than for others. For Trevor Scott, it was squeaking his entire interview. I cut out as much as I could, but it's still extra
just
squeaky.
Super squeaky.
Yeah.
I think there's a weight limit to make it not squeak, and I'm not at that point.
Some people are just more animated than others. So if you're talking with your hands a lot, squeaky, or really fidgety. Yeah, he just made some fidget motions.
Yes.
Audience member who cannot see what's going on.
Super fidgety. Like a hamster with Tourette's.
Oh no! Oh no!
Except for I don't make weird squeaky noises and it's twitch.
Oh, is that... Are you actually... Well, now you're making squeaky noises with the chair.
Yes, on purpose.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of... Yep, I don't want to move. Okay, I think I've settled.
He's frozen in place. We'll see how long it lasts. All right, John. Well, here at Krackpots, we met downstairs. We know that a lot of interviewers ask the same questions over and over again, and that can get real boring. So I'm going to try to ask you a question that you have not been asked before. I'll see if I can do it. Yeah,
Good luck.
I'll see if I can do it. Okay. So you work in the kitchens. You're like,
Yes.
you're making all the foods. What is the best dish that you would recommend for a last date?
A last date?
Yeah, the last
I'm
date. What are
pretty
you
sure
guys gonna eat?
that's called a 9mm.
Oh no, John!
Taking it super dark, but if it's the last date, somebody's going home not happy.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. What are we eating?
Well, the question is, does that poor person know that this is the last date?
You know, I'll leave that up to your interpretation.
I'm gonna say no, because
Yeah.
most people don't know it's the last date. So it's always shocking when nobody answers phone calls or text messages. You're like, oh, I thought we had a good time. We had a connection. No, we did not. For that guy or lady, I'm going to assume you're going to eat something light because you don't want something heavy just in case some ookie fanuki happens.
Oh no.
Yeah, you don't want to make out with like eating a batch of onion rings and garlic french fries. Like, hi, honey. So, you go with the lighter food, things that don't linger in the palate. Because at least before I was married, I'm just, please touch me somewhere.
Oh no.
I'm not picky. I have very low standards.
Okay.
Can I explain some of the women I dated in high school?
Oh, I think I need some more backstory on that.
Well, hey,
But before we get into that, did anybody ask you that question before?
no, never.
Yes, I did it. Heck yeah.
Definitely. But now if we're, honestly, I'm really stretching on the question. It's like, is this the last meal that someone's ever going to eat?
I'm gonna leave that up to your interpretation.
Because if it's one of those, like, listen, I want some biscuits and gravy and a warm Guinness for breakfast. I want an Italian sub for lunch. And I'm sure shit having fucking filet mignon and ribs and pulled pork for dinner with a quart of beer.
I had filet mignon once. I was working housekeeping in college, and they had like a real fancy dinner, and I guess they had some leftover stuff, so I got to eat filet mignon.
I love that. That's one great thing about working in a kitchen, especially when you do like large parties and like quote unquote catering events kind of thing. There's always phenomenal food left over at the end because people just get shit faced and eat a little bit. And I'm just like, cool, I've got 15 pounds of brisket left over. Taking a little bit of that home tonight.
Nice. What's the most interesting food that they had enough leftovers that you brought home?
We did a smoked vegetable platter, like a big, huge, I don't want to call it a pizza peel, but that's what it was. But it would hold like two 16-inch pizzas. And we did smoked tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, or no, not zucchini, eggplant, a bunch of different kinds of peppers and onions. And then we did a beautiful drizzle of demi-glaze on it to give it a little pinch of acidity. So good. I've always wanted to actually smoke a watermelon for a vegan alternative for a smokehouse.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard you could do that.
It looks like rare prime rib when you cut it. And it's smoky, a little acidity and saltiness from the brining, and it just melts in your mouth. It is so good. But I've never cooked one. I've only ever eaten one. I want to cook one very badly.
Maybe this summer you'll get your...
Somebody that wants to spend $98 or more on a watermelon. It's a little hard to sell that one. It takes like 2 days to soak in the brine before you smoke it, so it gets that little leathery texture on
What's
the
the
outside.
brine?
Basically salt, sugar, and some herbs depending on what you want your brine flavor to be, and then potash. White potash to be specific. And that's what really helps develop that leathery outside that looks like meat. And it looks so much like a big hunk of prime rib, but it is not prime rib. It's a weird flavor because smoky, salty, and then that sweet and savory. Oh, it's so good. But it is an expensive dish. The one place that I had it, you had to call in several days in advance. Like, listen, we want a whole melon.
They make it special.
Yes,
Specialty.
because
Yeah.
of the time that goes into it. And it smokes for like 15, 16 hours. So it really starts sucking in all that nice smoky flavor. So good. I've never had fruit that was just like, I didn't realize it was fruit without actually knowing.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So without the seeds, texture-wise, it is like eating super tender meat.
So it's like a seedless watermelon they smoked it, or did they?
No, I mean, there's no really such thing as a seedless watermelon. They're just smaller.
Okay.
And a little less, but there's always going to be seeds in it, so there's going to be a little ding.
Yeah.
But so good. It's one of the few like vegetarian things that are straight up vegetarian. That is one of the most phenomenal things I've ever eaten. I'm just like, what? It's watermelon. Oh.
He's pantomiming eating the watermelon, guys.
So
I'll
good.
narrate it. What's the second best vegan food or vegetarian food that you've had?
It was a vegan chorizo sausage. And it's the only one I've ever had that had a true, like, snap to it from a traditional sausage casing, which is protein-oriented.
Okay.
Not going into the specific of it because I don't want to turn people away from sausage.
Okay.
But it snapped and broke. It was... I'm like... This is all plant-based? Holy cow, this is the greatest chorizo sausage I've ever had compared to actual real meat. Super flavorful, texture-wise, it was meat. And the best part is, I don't know if the company is around no more, but it was called No Evil Meats.
Okay.
Which I found to be, you know, like, oh, you guys are using a little comedy into selling your product, which was nice. The company was based out of New York, but like I said, I haven't seen their stuff in a while, so I don't know if they're still around. I hope not. It was good.
Nice. Have you ever made something that you yourself refuse to eat?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Old people love their breakfast a very specific way. I've been eating my almost raw eggs and burnt toast and burnt bacon for 35 years, and that's the only way I can have it. I'm just like, you just want a Rocky Balboa breakfast. Because, like, you sent your eggs back 3 times because they were not runny enough. And the bacon wasn't burnt enough. I'm like... Here, this stuff is black, and this egg literally touched the pan for like 2 seconds. And here's your almost smoldering buttered toast.
Wow.
I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, see, I don't trust runny eggs. Like, I think that's just like a me thing, and I'm sure there's a couple of people out there who also don't trust runny eggs. Like,
No.
they can leave a comment if you want.
Nobody wants to slurp up their eggs.
Yeah.
Over easy with a straw.
Some people like the runny, like that's how they make them, but I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all.
I'm really cool on salmonella. And the fact that you want that almost raw and then the rest of your food burnt.
Yeah, that's very strange.
It's just like very contradictory on the order.
It seems like they're using the burnt food to almost cook the egg, because if it's so hot it's charred, they're putting the egg on top.
I don't know what
and
it
they think
is.
that it's cooked. I don't know.
I'm just pretty sure that once you hit like 65, 70 years old, you just don't have taste buds. It's like you don't care what it really tastes like. You just want to be able to gum it.
You just want the texture. Yeah, you just want to...
I'm just like, oh. And that's why I don't cook breakfast no more. I'm just like, you people gross me the out.
Dang.
It's just like, no, that egg yolk is still clear. And cool. Here we go. Here's a plate of raw eggs.
Well, how did you stop cooking breakfast? Are you working
I
in kitchens,
just
or?
stopped working restaurants that have breakfast.
Okay.
I'm like, no. No, thank you. I will cook steaks, burgers all day. I am not giving somebody like food that I know is just gross. Who the fuck really wants burnt toast and bacon and raw eggs?
See, I usually burn my bacon on accident because I'm not good at it.
And don't get me wrong, I've burned some
and then
bacon
I'll
in
eat
my
it.
time.
I'll eat it even though it's burned, but it's just because like I burned it and I was like, oops, I miscalculated the time required to bake this. Kind of like I miscalculated the time for this scheduled video to upload, which is why we have this interview in the first place. I have bad time management skills is what I have learned.
Yeah. I'm not even going to mention the restaurant because their breakfast crowd has such a huge following of senior citizens. But you motherfuckers are some gross eating habits.
That's
runny
strange to
eggs
me.
just creep me out.
Yeah, I've also seen people online that will defend runny eggs. It's like, it's not raw, you guys. It's cooked enough. Like, it's fine. But it's like,
It's still clear on top. That is not cooked.
Well, it's more like from a scrambled eggs thing. So one thing I saw was like,
Okay, I mean,
like
I get
runny,
a little...
or like a runny yolk, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I
a
don't...
runny yolk is one thing, but the white needs to be cooked for me. I'm not eating slimy eggs.
Yeah.
Man, this chair's just squeaking the shit.
It's alright. You were not the first person it has squeaked for, and you will probably not be the last.
But then again, this whole room is like very weirdly uncomfortable. Squeaky chair, slightly ticking fluorescent lights.
Well, at least we have a fluorescent light now. We had to use my phone flashlights. Pop one up on a box and pop one over there. I'm not a drug dealer, I just have 2 phones. But we would use them as the flashlights.
Not judging, not judging.
But yeah, at least now Chris fixed that overhead light.
But I feel like I'm in some sort of like CIA interrogation room. You got the spotlight over there plugged in.
Well, that used to be, Chris put that in right before he fixed the light up here. So like we use this lamp to give us a little bit more light, but I still needed to use my phone flashlight.
Yeah, I just keep thinking, where were you June 16th, 1963? I didn't shoot Kennedy. I wasn't born.
I also was not born in 1963.
Granted, I don't think Kennedy was shot in 63.
I don't
know. Facts don't hold me accountable for that.
Leave a comment down below if you know the correct.
I just know he got
answers.
shot by Lee Harvey Oswald, supposedly.
I mean, that's the story, isn't it? That's what happened.
Yep, whatever, that weird tribunal. I'm brain farting on the historical name of it. That didn't really get any answers. But Kevin Costner and Oliver Stone made a movie about it, so I do remember that.
Okay, cool.
That's how I get my history.
Right.
Major motion pictures.
You're probably not the only person who does that. But I would encourage people who watch biopics and like historical, stuff to like maybe do a little bit of Googling, do some fact checking, because a lot of movies in general, like they will when they're adapting
fictionalize
things,
a lot of things.
Well, they'll fictionalize it, or they like fudge with the timeline a little bit, make it so it fits into like a 2-hour movie. They have to kind of fudge
it's
some
hard
stuff.
to distinguish multiple years.
Yeah, so it's like
Dude just looked like he was in his 20s. Now he's 50.
yeah.
It's a really bad dye job.
Oh no.
Like, you can obviously tell that man is not gray. Looks like you guys like Ron Poe peeled the gray hair.
There
with a
is spray.
can.
Yeah, I mean, there is spray stuff. If they're filming multiple projects at once, or like you're going this thing and then you need to do this thing right afterwards, the spray
You're
is where
getting
to
the
go.
Ron Poe peel dye job. Hold your breath for like 6 minutes. This might cause cancer. Well, this is going to cause cancer.
Well, it also depends on like the filming schedule, because movie scenes are not filmed chronologically.
No,
so
not
they're
at
all over
all,
the place.
not at all.
And if you only have the one scene where you're like old and you're like reflecting on your life, you're only having like 1 or 2 days to like film that. Then you're not gonna dye your hair. You're not gonna dye your
You're getting
hair.
the spray paint fucking Rust-Oleum hair dye.
Yeah, well, I feel like that would be, 1 day of the spray dye is a lot less time consuming and a lot less damaging than to dye it all gray and then dye it all immediately back to whatever color it was beforehand. And if you can't get the dyes right, and sometimes the color doesn't match correctly, and it's a whole thing. So
I do love like the fake gray hair that they put in beards.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like, that is so bad. It stands out worse than like the bad dye job on a hair. I'm like, you're not Santa Claus, buddy. Just hang up the suit, bud.
he's spraying the dye all over his beard, which is already gray. So
Yes,
it's like you've got gray on gray.
Well, I age like mayonnaise in the sun.
Oh no.
Greasy and transparent.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've looked like this since my early 30s. I had a full head of gray hair in high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not complaining because I did graduate with a couple of Mr. Cleans by the time they graduated, so I'm like, cool,
yeah.
I can deal with gray hair. At that point in time, I was in a stage of Kool-Aid dyeing and doing leopard prints and weird stuff, so I'm like, cool, I can live with gray hair.
Does your family have a history of going gray early, or was it just something that you did?
No, not at all.
Was it like a stress thing, or did you just...
Probably,
Yeah.
I'm going to assume a whole lot, yes, and drugs.
Oh no! Oh no, John!
Yep. We're not going to delve into that one.
No,
There's
we
not
don't,
enough
yeah.
time, and you're not a therapist.
No, I am not a therapist. I have been to therapy, but I am not a therapist. I'm not qualified to unpack all of that.
Nope. There's not enough time in any podcast to do it.
No. It'd be like its own, like, series.
Oh, yes. A very multi-seasoned series.
All right. Well, let's end up this podcast on something positive, John. What are you excited for?
I got a show coming up in March in Uriksville with Patrick Madison. I don't have the specifics quite yet.
Well, this is pre-recorded, so by the time this goes up, that show
it might have already happened.
Do you have any, like, social media or, like, websites?
I do have a YouTube channel. I only have 15 subscribers, so please subscribe. And don't be offended by all the antidepressant commercials that play on my channel.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure YouTube's just trying to tell me something, not my viewers.
I don't know anyone who's gotten, like, offended over an antidepressant ad.
I just find it weird that that's the only commercial that plays on my videos. I'm just like, you were trying to tell me something, algorithm?
I don't get ads on my YouTube channel yet. Maybe by the time this video goes live, I'll have enough subscribers.
Yeah, it took a while. I mean, my wife was one of my last subscribers. She's like, I live with you. You're not funny.
Oh.
Thank you, honey, because this is what's going to pay our bills here soon in the future, so might not want to knock it.
So yeah, subscribe to John's YouTube channel. What's it called?
Jonathan Burgess. I don't really have anything fancy about it, but Jonathan Burgess Comedy or Jonathan Burgess Krackpots will definitely bring it up. You can see my very first set that I ever did in my entire life. It is a train wreck. 5 minutes of bad comedy. But the nice thing is you got about 2 or 3 more years of progression through what's posted.
Yeah,
so.
you can watch him grow. That's so cool that you recorded your first set.
I did it because I was like, I'm fucking hilarious. No, I wasn't.
A lot of comedians bomb the first time.
Oh,
they
yeah.
go on
I mean,
stage.
I don't know anyone that hits a home run on their first one. I still remember some dudes standing there holding the mic out away from them like it's a prop, not realizing that they have to talk into the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. It's 5 minutes of, I can't fucking hear you.
Yeah, I've seen that before, and if I see that happening at an open mic, I'll be like, talking to the mic, we can't hear you.
Granted, that guy was also playing pocket pulls for 5 minutes, so it was super uncomfortable. Just watching the guy jiggle in his pants pocket.
Oh, no.
And hold the microphone 2 feet away from his face. I'm just like, you're never coming back.
Yeah. That happens sometimes.
It happens quite a lot. The alcohol does sway some decision making.
Yeah.
I can go up there and tell some jokes. No, not always.
We learn and we grow and we do better next time.
Yes.
And that's the best.
The best that you can do.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all you can do.
The great thing about this profession is you never stop learning.
Heck yeah.
Some information that you get is not good. Got to figure that one out. But otherwise, most comics will give you a great deal of information that is always useful, especially at the beginning. Because at the beginning of starting comedy, it's all about flattening the learning curve as much as you can, because you can make a lot of mistakes. And the people that have been doing comedy that you interact with can give you some very good information. It will help. Not all of it, but some of it will definitely dramatically flatten the learning curve.
Heck yeah. All right, John. Well, it's about time to wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I'm going to shake your hand if that's
Thanks
cool.
for having me up
You can't see
here
it
in
because it's
the
just audio. Well, we're shaking
creepy
hands.
room.
Yeah.
That feels like an interrogation room in
Yeah,
a third
it's-
world country. Now that we're in
Randy Legend.
2025.
Randy Legend was the first episode. He came up here and it was like, this light was out. I had to like do all the things. And he looked around. He's like, it looks like we're in Beirut.
I feel like I might need to tighten my belt.
Trevor goes on when he's promoting the podcast. He's like, yeah, Rebecca interviews people in our ISIS room.
Yes, this definitely gives the room of it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose.
After that very vivid description of our podcast room, don't let that scare you away from coming to a live show. Please
Come on
into Krackpots. You can go to crackpotscomedy.com, check out our schedule, see what strikes your fancy. If you come in for a Friday or Saturday show, tell them Rebecca sent you and you will get $5 off your check. And while you are here at Krackpots Comedy Club, you can check out Dindamo's Unique Chocolates. She's got her own kiosk right in the front of the club. You will see it. It is there.
There is a plethora of chocolates.
Yeah.
A good chunk of them are adult.
Well, you can, yeah. We actually talked about that in her interview earlier. Anyway, you can also order Pigs in Mud, which is from Dindamo's Unique Chocolates. It's a little brownie shaped like a little piggy that's coated in chocolate and then covered in chocolate syrup. It's so good, you guys. You should order it. Come to a live show. You can only get it at Krackpots, so do that. And we have one room upstairs dedicated to the podcast, which is what we're recording in now. However, we've got a couple of other rooms that aren't really being used right now. So if you have a podcast you want to record or like a short film or something, you can email nfpbookings@gmail.com and get more information on that. And since John plugged his YouTube channel, I'm gonna plug mine. You can find I've referenced it a couple of times, but I've never really like actually promoted it really, so I'm gonna
It's
do it
weird
now.
to plug stuff.
Yeah, it's fine when this is like Krackpot stuff, but this is like my own independent stuff, so it's like, ooh, is this getting weird? But anyway, my YouTube channel is called Riddled with Typos. You can check it out on YouTube. I also have Instagram at Blue Sky at Riddled with Typos if you guys want to follow me there. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Bye!